Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me today. And my name is Karen Newton. I'm the founder of Karen Newton International, which is a global education company teaching people how to generate income, build wealth through business, property, digital investments, and commodities. And today I want to talk about the madness, is the word I call it. I've called this Stop the Madness. It is the madness of putting our kids into debt so that they can become good employees. And really, that is all the education system does. The education system teaches people how to become an employee, and they've been brainwashed into thinking they have to go to school, they have to get an education, they've got to get good grades, they've got to go on to university, and that step is all designed to create the type of employees that businesses want to employ. There is nothing there about entrepreneurism. We aren't teaching our kids, the students, the young people of the world, how to become financially independent, how to take responsibility for their money. We are only teaching them how to get into debt and how to become good employees. Now, it's quite sad when I watch the news, and what they talk about in there is that we don't have enough youth in the world to cover an aging population. And with an aging population that has pensions, those pensions have to be provided for somehow, and governments want more youth employed so that they can pay tax and support the older generation. So I'm saying we're on this carousel, this wheel, if you like, of never-ending debt, never getting out of this debt, and just putting more and more stress onto the youth of today. So instead of getting out there and enjoying life and doing the things that they want to do and contributing to society, they are, from an early age, bundled with debt, expected to go and work long hours to pay this debt off before they even start to get any benefit from those loans, the student loans that they take out to get them through university. Now, if we were to teach financial education in the schools, our kids could come out of school, go to university, and have less debt or no debt. They could be financially free, coming out of university, able to go and do what they want, with no stresses on them. Now, some people will say, yeah, but if we haven't got employees, then we haven't got businesses. But I can tell you from talking to many of my clients, they are in jobs that they want to do. And even if they've got money, they would still want to do those jobs. So wouldn't it be much better if we had a society that were working not because they have to or because it's been drilled into them to start working from an early age, but they are working because they choose to work. Now, when we teach financial freedom, it means that they understand money. They can be building side hustles from the time they're teenagers. They can start bringing money in. They can start investing it. we take away the money stress. And sadly, we have this rich-poor divide, and we don't need to have it. There is so much money in the world. There is more than enough money to go around for everybody to live comfortably or well off. Why do we create this poor-rich divide? And it's created through the educational system, which tells people they have to get good grades, they have to go to university, they have student debts, we put the debt on them, and we don't allow them the freedom to enjoy the money that they are actually earning. We put them more and more into debt. Now, if you understand the financial system, you will just explain that every single piece of currency that is out there in the world was loaned into existence. It doesn't just materialize, it is a loan of some form or another that is put into the economy. So that is every single note or coin that is a currency anywhere in the world is loaned into existence. So our economies are built on a debt society. And the only way those economies continue to grow is if there is more debt. So we have governments who are running up debt because they know that if they've got debt, they've got a little bit of inflation, which is controlling the level of debt, hopefully. Their economies will tick along and people will be happy. But what we actually do is we create situations where people become poor. We brainwash them into becoming poor because we educate them to have to go to school, have to go to university, and you need money to be able to do that. So hey presto, we're going to give you a student loan because one, that puts more money into circulation, it increases the debt for the country, and it's seen as being prosperous for the country. Your debt is an asset to the government. So why would they stop encouraging you to actually generate more debt in your life? They come out sometimes and they say, oh, the debt's high, we have to reduce the debt. Okay, but in reality, the more debt they have, then the better the economy is. Now, I'm not talking about quantitative easing where they're pumping a lot of money into the account, into the economy. I am talking about normal circumstances and the normal flow of money which relies on a debt. And all countries have a debt-based economy. So we could stop this chaos and this burden of putting kids, a youth of today, into debt simply by teaching them financial freedom, teaching them about money and teaching them how to build these side hustles and then invest that money to make more money for them. And that's exactly what I do, right? I teach people how to build side hustles and how to invest that profit. So I understand the way that the money world moves, and I am an investor myself, so I understand the investment markets. And if we were to teach kids how to set up side hustles from an early age, and I'm not saying every kid, because there's some kids who it'll just go over their head and they won't want to know about it. But there are certainly a growing number of today's youth who want to understand more about money and about financial freedom so they're not putting themselves into debt. They have desires to go and do something in their life, and they know they don't want to be burdened with student loans. They know they want to have that freedom to be able to go and do this. So that's my thoughts for today. Right? Let's not burden our youth. Let's help them to understand the concept of how they build and create financial freedom for themselves through building side hustles, through investing that money, and through becoming financially independent. Then they can live the type of lifestyles that they want. And when most people think, oh, hang on, we're not going to have the employees we want. Well, let me just talk about the older citizens in our community. Right? Many people who are retired continue to work. Yes, there is a proportion of people who work because they have to. During their lifetime, they haven't created enough income to be able to support themselves in retirement. But there are many people who have the money but want to work. And the reason they want to work is because they want to feel that they're contributing to the community. They want connection with other people. It gets them out of the house and keeps them moving and active. And if we have a large proportion of retired people who are out there working, then we also have our youth, our people who are coming back into the workforce because their kids have grown up and they want to know how to get back into the workforce, or even the people who are thinking, hey, I'm going to be retiring in a few years' time. I need to be able to learn how to manage money and how to have money working for me. Okay? And when we teach those skills, we create a community that is there because it wants to be there. It's not there because a system, an education system, brainwashes them to have to be there. So that's my thoughts, and thank you for listening. If you want more information about what I do, please look up https courses.karennewtoninternational.com. Thank you.